a huge judgment. The first thing is that whatever I'm going to say today is behalf of on my party. The official stand of Personal Law Board would be given by the Personal Law Board main board members who hold the post over there. So this is my party's opinion. And let me also say that I didn't have the opportunity to read the whole judgment, but whatever initial I have seen on TV and heard and from everyone is this, that first thing is that this triple talaq is a very contentious issue, and that is why you see that even in Supreme Court there was no unanimity. 3 judges had formed a different opinion, 2 judges, which include the Chief Justice, have a different opinion. This is a very contentious issue, and that is why there was no unanimity in the constitutional bench. Secondly, what has been said by the majority judgment is already law, because in Shamim Ara in 2002, the Supreme Court had already laid down the law that triple talaq will not happen unless until reasonable cause and arbitration effort was made. Thirdly, what has really come out today is that, which is now the majority opinion, that personal laws cannot be challenged under the ambit of fundamental rights. This is very important, which one must keep in mind. Fourthly, the BJP government, though it is welcoming this decision, their whole argument on behalf of the government was, the then Attorney General was arguing, you must remember, that take away every divorce in Islam. This is what the then AG said. But that is not the case now. The case is that Supreme Court majority judgment has said that triple talaq is unconstitutional, it will not be allowed. Now my stand is that in Islam, Muslims who follow the Hanafi school of thought, majority of them follow the Hanafi school of thought, it is sinful to pronounce divorce in the form of triple talaq, and divorce happens. And that is why the Muslim Personal Law Board has said very clearly that do not use this form of triple talaq. It is sinful and we must discourage this thing. But now anyway the Supreme Court has given a judgment. We have to respect the judgment. But there are many practical difficulties which will arise now. For example, if a Muslim woman says that no, I want a divorce immediately under triple talaq, I don't know, I have to read that judgment to answer this question. And secondly, there are so many other issues, and it's going to be a great Herculean task to implement this on the ground. So I can completely react maybe another 24 hours after reading this whole voluminous judgment. But definitely I can say that it was not a unanimous judgment. The BJP government wanted the whole divorce, that is talaq-e-bidat, talaq-e-ahsan, talaq-e-hasan, to go away, which the then Attorney General argued on behalf of the government. That has not been accepted. And personal laws cannot be challenged under the ambit of fundamental rights. Now, this has clearly been told by the Supreme Court majority judgment. Again, the government said no, the personal laws can be challenged under fundamental rights. So these are the few important points, and I hope that by evening the Personal Law Board would come out with a statement, and maybe maybe by tomorrow, after reading the whole judgment, I can speak more about it.
You spoke to Personal Law Board member after judgment, sir, and what are the basic concerns either you or the Personal Law Board is?
A lot of women have welcomed this move.
No, see, number one, the Personal Law Board is going to have its executive committee meeting very soon in Bhopal, and this will be the main agenda. But I am told that by evening the Personal Law Board will issue a statement, and that would be much better.
you have any kind of concern or any objection or any view on this judgment, sir? So far, any particular view on this judgment?
No, I have to say very clearly that I have whatever the minority judgment has said. They said that it is part and parcel of integral part of Islam. But unfortunately, the majority didn't agree with what Justice Khehar and the other judge had said, Justice Nazeer had said. So even in that majority judgment, if you see that the other judges have said that personal laws cannot be challenged now. So this is a very welcome step, because the government day in, day out they talk about so many things. So uniform civil code argument, and now with the majority judgment saying that the personal laws they cannot be challenged under fundamental rights. So this is very clear now.
How you see this judgment?
So was this an expected judgment?
No, the Personal Law Board had argued with the eminent lawyer, Mr. Kapil Sibal, senior lawyer. Two judges agreed with the contention of Personal Law Board, though they said that the government should have legislation. But they agreed with what the Personal Law Board said.
But sir, a lot of women face problems due to this instant talaq. There have been case studies. So do you think at least it's a welcoming step in that move that
No.
such kind of victims who face problems?
Please understand that there are various studies which have been done, which have been given to the Supreme Court, and all those studies have clearly said that the numbers are minuscule. It's not even 1% among the Muslim community. And that is why the Personal Law Board have clearly taken a stand that we have condemned people who use triple talaq to divorce women. We have started a campaign, we have discouraged people not to do it, we have called it sinful. But you see, implementation can only happen when society changes. And that will happen when the Muslim Personal Law Board, which has already started a campaign, is sitting in a TV studio, cannot bring changes on the ground. And the Personal Law Board has the wherewithal, because of its immense presence throughout the country. Definitely, this social reform movement which has been started, that will definitely bring positive development, because you have laws against child marriage. You still have 1 crore girls getting married. And now then the government goes and says that if a marriage happens with a 15-year-old girl, it is not called rape. If a wife is there, so that's what I'm saying. So these are things which will have to wait and see. And
Now government has been asked to legislate law. So what kind of
no, government has not. That is, you are wrong. It is only the minority judgment of Chief Justice Khehar and Justice Nazeer which talked about a legislation. The other 3 judges did not agree, and they said, so now what? Now all subject to caveat and the little knowledge of law I have, that is, instant triple talaq is unconstitutional, which was already made unconstitutional in the Shamimara judgment. Now either you follow the 90 days, you give talaq, say it once, 30 days left, another 30 days, and then after 30 days is done, or you pronounce one, you wait for 3 months. BJP was saying take out triple talaq-e-biddat, talaq-e-ahsan, talaq-e-ahsan. That has not happened. And also, I don't know how BJP will reply now, because the courts, the majority judgment have said that personal laws cannot be challenged under the ambit of fundamental rights. So these are the things.
So just to follow up on that, the BJP's sudden interest in the fact of taking up triple talaq now, how much do you see that as empowering women, or more of it as a political game here?
Also, sir, Amit Shah has said a term.
See, let me answer. See, empowering women, if that is the case, please bring a legislation and give reservations to only Muslim women. In education, employment, that will be the greatest empowerment. You control your Gaurakshak. Your Gaurakshaks have made many Muslim women widows. Many Muslim women have lost their child, Junaid. The mother is craving for him. So this is not a magic wand wherein it will lead to all empowerment. Yes, this is a social evil. That is why Muslim Personal Law Board, which has presence in every part of India, has taken this up as a social reform movement, and it is only through Muslim Personal Law Board that I am telling you, with their reform program going on, I am sure that in coming months and in years, this inhuman practice will definitely come down.
So are you being skeptical about how this move will actually empower women?
I am not being skeptical. I am saying that already this law was there. 2002, the court already said that it is unconstitutional. There should be arbitration. There should be a reasonable cause. So now again, it has been reiterated by the majority. Will we have wait and see?
Do you think based on do you think now it's going to be like a direction towards that, or it's politics now, because a lot of comments are coming out of that?
This government is tying itself in so many knots and so many albatross around it, will not come out of it. You cannot even put in public domain what is the Naga framework of agreement. Constitutionally, we have given Nagas and Mizos a right that nothing will interfere in their cultural rights. Then you talk about uniform civil code. You have tribal agencies which have different laws. You go to Himachal Pradesh, you cannot buy land over there. So this government, in blind pursuit of its ideology of making this country Hindu Rashtra, are going to open a can of worms if they do that.
So do you think now, based on this judgment, now the next logical move is that government will go for uniform civil code?
This government cannot even put in public domain even Nagas and Mizos protection. How would you take that away? What about the tribals? We have tribal agency areas. Let them do it. 13% of tribals are in Gujarat. They'll get a political reply. So uniform civil code. What about the when it comes to tax exemptions, the Hindu undivided family, again, if you measure it with right to equality, why should only Hindus get undivided family rebates? What about other communities? आज का जो फैसला आया है, मैं अपनी और अपनी पार्टी की राय सामने रख रहा हूँ. पर्सनल लॉ बोर्ड अपने तरफ से ऑफिशियली आज शाम में वो एक अपना स्टेटमेंट जारी करेंगे. मेरा और मेरी पार्टी का मानना ये है कि ट्रिपल तलाक एक बहुत ही बड़ा कंटेंशियस मसला है, और आप देखते हैं कि सुप्रीम कोर्ट में भी शमीवारा में ये बात कही गई थी कि ट्रिपल तलाक अनकॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल है. उस वक्त सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने कहा था कि एक जस्ट कॉज होना चाहिए, आर्बिट्रेशन होना चाहिए. आज सुप्रीम कोर्ट के मेजॉरिटी ओपिनियन ने ये कह दिया कि अनकॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल है. अदालत का फैसला है, इस पर हमको इसकी इज्जत करनी पड़ेगी. मगर सवाल ये पैदा होता है कि अगर कल कोई मुस्लिम खातून ये कहेगी कि ये मेरी शरीयत का हिस्सा है और मैं अपनी शादी को इस तरह से ख़त्म करना चाहती हूँ, क्या करेंगे आप?
लेकिन कई मुस्लिम महिलाओं ने तो पिटीशन डाला है.
आप कितने मुस्लिम भाई देखिए, जो सर्वे आप लोग, हमारे पास जो सर्वे है, एक एम्पिरिकल डेटा है, वो डेटा में 1% भी नहीं है, 0.01 इतना सर्वे हुआ है. यकीनन ये एक बुराई है. इसीलिए पर्सनल लॉ बोर्ड ने जो इशराह माशरा की तहरीक शुरू की, जिसके ज़रिए मुल्क के मुख्तलिफ मुकामात पर, मुल्क के कोने कोने में जाकर पर्सनल लॉ बोर्ड के जिम्मेदारों ने कहा कि अगर आपको तलाक देना है तो तलाक बिदअत से मत दीजिए, ये गुनाह है इसमें. और मुस्लिम पर्सनल लॉ बोर्ड का मानना यह है कि तलाक हो जाती है. सुप्रीम कोर्ट उसका कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन करार दिया है. मगर कल अगर कोई खातून कहेगी नहीं मुझे नहीं रहना है शादी में, तो वो एक ये चीज़ें हैं. तो ये जजमेंट क्योंकि करीब 400 सफ़ात पर मुश्तमिल है, इस जजमेंट को पढ़ने के बाद ही, तफसील से पढ़ने के बाद ही मैं समझता हूँ कि इस पर अच्छी तरह से रिस्पॉन्ड किया जा सकता है.
लेकिन सेंटर को ही बोला गया कि लेजिस्लेशन बनाओ आप, और
नहीं, वो लेजिस्लेशन तो माइनॉरिटी ओपिनियन हो गया. जस्टिस कहर और जस्टिस नज़ीर ने कहा था, जो मेजॉरिटी ने कह दिया कि ट्रिपल तलाक अनकॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल है, उन्होंने कह दिया. तो अब तो कानून बनाने का भी बात ही नहीं है उसमें. नहीं, वो नहीं है. वो एक माइनॉरिटी जजमेंट है, 2 जजेस का, 3 जजेस का मुख्तलिफ है. उनसे उनकी राय उससे मुख्तलिफ है.
सर, आप कानून के जानकार भी हैं, आप इस पूरे फैसले को कैसे देखते हैं? और मेरा दूसरा सवाल है, भारतीय जनता पार्टी के अध्यक्ष ने इस फैसले को ऐतिहासिक करार दिया है। उनका मानना है कि महिलाओं की स्वतंत्रता, मुस्लिम महिलाओं की स्वतंत्रता के लिए एक अहम फैसला है।
नहीं, बीजेपी जितने मुस्लिम महिलाओं के स्वतंत्रता, उनकी हिफाजत की बात करती है, इसमें कोई सच्चाई नहीं है, सिर्फ दिखावा है। इसलिए कि इतने गौरक्षकों ने इतने मुसलमानों को मारा तो उनकी बीवियां बेवा हो गई या उनके माँ की गोद उजड़ गई। अब बताइए उस पर आप क्या कहेंगे? अरे अगर कानून बनाना है हमारे मुल्क में तो आप कानून बनाइए विडोज के ऊपर। विडोज को कैसा आप उनकी शादी कराएंगे? चलिए, हम वज़ीर आज़म बोलते एक बजट निकालिए, आप रखिए 5,000 करोड़ रखिए कि पूरे हिंदुस्तान में जितने बेवा हैं सबकी शादी कराएंगे। फायदा क्या है? एक बेवा को बुला के अब राखी बना रहे हाथ को, शादी कराइए, उसकी शादी का इंतजाम कराइए। कौन रोक रहा है आपको? और फिर अबैंडन्ड वुमेन हमारे मुल्क में ज्यादा है, शौहर रखते नहीं है साथ, अपने बड़े बड़े ऊंचे मुकामात पर भी पहुंच जाते हैं, वो साथ नहीं रखते, उनका क्या होगा बताइए? ये तो है मसले।
तो ऑप्शंस क्या क्या रहेगा सर? अभी मुस्लिम पर्सनल लॉ बोर्ड के ऑप्शंस क्या रहेगा सर?
अब ये पर्सनल लॉ बोर्ड के जिम्मेदारान खुद कहेंगे, और आमिला का इजलास भोपाल में है, मेरे ख्याल से 10 दिन के बाद है। तो उसमें ऑफिशियली तौर पर बोर्ड के जो जिम्मेदारान हैं, जो ओहदेदार हैं, वो उस पर अब एक बयान जारी करेंगे।
आपके इनपुट्स क्या रहेंगे सर उसमें?
Look, you see, judicial pronouncements and laws, experience tells us that especially for these kind of things, you require the society to be reformed. We had made laws on child marriage. Did we stop child marriage? You still have 1 crore child marriage is being done. And now the government goes to the court and says that if a child is married to a person, that will not be called a rape. So reform on the ground has to come from the society. Governments and judicial pronouncements, I do not know. I with all the respect at my command for the Supreme Court, will they bring in a social reform? That the community has to do, and which the personal law board is doing.
So the Prime Minister has tweeted saying the judgment of the Supreme Court is historic, and he says it grants equality to Muslim women and is a powerful measure for women empowerment.
Well, why did his government go to court and say remove all divorce in Islam? Was his government against triple talaq? His government was against talaq-e-bidat, talaq-e-ahsan, talaq-e-hasan. This is what the Attorney General stood up in the court and said, remove it. We don't want any divorce. He will bring a new divorce law. This is what the Attorney General said. So Prime Minister talking about this, it's a Pyrrhic victory for him.
क्या लगता है सर कि ये जो फैसला है वो यूनिफॉर्म सिविल कोड की तहत की तरफ बढ़ने का एक और कदम है?
आशीष साहब, मोदी सरकार ने नागा से फ्रेमवर्क एग्रीमेंट किया। अरे 1.5 साल हो गए, उसकी कॉपी आपको भी नहीं देते और उन चैनल्स को भी नहीं देते जो दिन रात मोदी भजन करते। उनको तो भी दे दो कम से कम, आप जो सुबह शाम मोदी का भजन करते हैं। भाई नागा का फ्रेमवर्क एग्रीमेंट दे दीजिए, देख लेंगे क्या होता है। हमने नागास को, मिजोस को कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल प्रोटेक्शन दिया, क्या आप निकाल सकते हैं? क्या मैं हिमाचल प्रदेश में एग्रीकल्चर लैंड ले सकता हूं? ट्राइबल एरियाज हैं, चलिए लाइए यूनिफॉर्म सिविल कोड, देखते हैं गुजरात में ट्राइबल कैसा रेस्पॉन्ड करेंगे। पूरा ट्राइबल उठ जाएगा, 13% वोट है ट्राइबल का गुजरात में, तो कहाँ यूनिफॉर्म सिविल कोड, कहाँ से यूनिफॉर्म सिविल कोड आएगा?
क्या आप इस फैसले में किसी तरीके की राजनीति देखते हैं कि सरकार कुछ बीजेपी इस पर कोई राजनीति कर रही है?
देखिए, सरकार तो ये चाह रही थी कि पूरा ही डिवोर्स को ही खत्म कर दिया जाए, शरीयत एप्लीकेशन एक्ट खत्म हो जाए, वो तो हुआ ही नहीं। तो ये तो सरकार अब जाहिर है, अब मुंह दिखाने के लिए तो कुछ ना कुछ कहना
तो
पड़ेगा।
आपका मानना है कि ये सरकार को झटका है, उनके फेवर में फैसला नहीं है, उनको झटका लगा है सुप्रीम कोर्ट से?
सरकार जो चाह रही थी वो तो नहीं हुआ। एक तो यूनानिमिटी नहीं है, और दूसरा ये है कि आप लोग टीवी चैनल्स पे दिखाई नहीं रहे हैं, आप तमिलनाडु दिखा रहे हैं। तो मालूम हो गया ना, अभी आपको खुद मालूम हो गया कि बात कहां चले गई अभी। तो इससे अंदाजा हो रहा है ना, आपके किसी भी टीवी चैनल पर क्या चल रहा है, तमिलनाडु चल रहा है, ट्रिपल तलाक ही नहीं। इससे अंदाजा लगाइए, सरकार को तो अगर सरकार के फेवर में होता तो फिर चलता रहता, बाजा बजते रहता था। अब ये पर्सनल लॉ बोर्ड का इजलास जब होगा इंशाल्लाह उसमें फैसला करेंगे। मैं इसीलिए तो मैं कह रहा हूँ कि ये मेरी और मेरी पार्टी की राय है। पर्सनल लॉ बोर्ड जब इजलास करेगा उनके जिम्मेदारान देंगे। और हम फिर से हम कह रहे हैं कि ट्रिपल तलाक के खात्मे के लिए मुस्लिम सोसाइटी को आगे बढ़ना पड़ेगा। पर्सनल लॉ बोर्ड एक बहुत बड़ी बॉडी है और जिसका प्रेजेंस पूरे इंडिया में, ये कोई टीवी स्टूडियो में बैठकर बोलने वालों का प्रेजेंस है पूरे इंडिया में। और हम बराबर बहुत कम है ट्रिपल तलाक के केसेस डेटा में, उसको भी आने वाले महीनों में सालों में वो भी खत्म हो जाएगा इंशाल्लाह।
ऐसा बता रहे हैं कहीं ऐसा नहीं कि कहीं मुस्लिम पर्सनल लोग कोर्ट में मौसम नुमाइंदगी में नाकाम रहे हैं।
नहीं, सबसे बेहतरीन वकील को रखे जनाब कपिल सिब्बल साहब का, मैं उनका भी शुक्रगुजार हूँ। और टॉप के वकील हैं, बेहतरीन वकील है वो, और पूरा सारी दुनिया के सामने देखा गया, पूरी कोशिश की गई। No, the society at large must accept that if marriage has to be dissolved, then the best way of doing it is the other form of divorce, not this instant form of divorce. That is why Personal Law Board has said that it is a sin. Don't do it. It's a sin. It is not good for the society. And definitely, I'm sure over a period of time these practices will come down. I hope so. But I reiterate once again, laws and judicial judgments will not have the desired effect in bringing in reform. The reform has to come from the society, and it is now the Muslim community must come forward, and which they are doing. The Muslim Personal Law Board is doing to bring in this social reform.
सर अचानक ये फैसला आना क्या इसमें कोई सियासी दबाव है?
नहीं, कोर्ट का फैसला है।
सर एक अलग मसला है, शिवसेना का मुखपत्र है सामना, उसमें आज कहा गया है कि जो वंदे मातरम नहीं बोलेगा उसको वोट का अधिकार उसका छीन लेना चाहिए। क्या कहते हैं?
अरे उनके एक लीडर का वोट डालने का इख्तियार छीन लिया गया था, उनको वही गम सता रहा अभी तक।
आपके बोला नहीं चला, अब हमारा चैनल चला।
हाँ, आप चला।